Hi, this is Katrina Dubree. I'm the director of the Access Center at Nashville State Community College. Today, I will introduce 3 training videos to explain the Access Center, who we are, and how we serve both faculty and students. The 3-part videos will include the following topics. What are accommodations and how did they come about? We will review the ADA law and also talk about accommodations. What are policies and procedures for accommodations at Nashville State Community College? We'll take a look at the accommodation notification letters. We'll talk about accommodated testing, as well as access meetings. And our last topic, what are some supports that can help students with disabilities in the classroom? Some of those topics include course schedules and rubrics, transparency in learning and teaching, also known as the TILT method, as well as accessible content. So let's start with what are accommodations and how did they come about? The Access Center follows the disability law that has been outlined for higher education institutions. There are actually 2 federal laws which prohibit discrimination against individuals with disabilities. Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 and the Americans with Disabilities Act. Section 504 applies if the school receives federal financial assistance. Title II of the ADA applies if the school is operated by the state, county, or a political subdivision of the state, county, or city, such as a community college. Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 provides no otherwise qualified individual with a disability shall, solely by reason of her or his disability, be excluded from the participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Now, the Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act covers state-funded post-secondary institutions, and it provides no qualified individual with a disability shall be excluded from participation in or be denied the benefits of the services, programs, or activities of a public entity. The resource for this information is from the Office of Civil Rights. The website is linked below. For those that would like to type it in, it's https://www.ed.gov/about/504FAQ.html. Reasonable accommodations. To address the legal requirements of the ADA and Rehabilitation Act, higher institutions enact reasonable accommodations for those who qualify. Reasonable accommodations are required by post-secondary institutions in order to provide appropriate academic adjustments as necessary to ensure that students have equal educational access and are not discriminated against on the basis of disability. Reasonable accommodations are determined based on disability and individual needs. The Access Center process includes an application, medical documentation review, and lastly, we do a structured interview with the student. This helps us understand students on an individualized basis so that we can better understand the unique barriers they are dealing with and the appropriate accommodation. Accommodations may include auxiliary aids and services, as well as reducing a course load, providing note takers, recording devices, sign language interpreters, extended time for testing. Again, these resources that have been outlined, our source is the Office for Civil Rights. Please stay tuned for Part 2.